So I've been using this Skritter app to learn Chinese. It's Skritter. This is the icon. It's really pretty and very easy to use. Before we go straight into study, let me show you some of these things. So progress is great. You can track it by day, week, month, or year, and you can see how much time you've spent, how many characters you've learned, and all of this information is also on your online account with even more details. So that's very useful. Lists, this thing is amazing. Check out all these lists. You can choose a list, and a lot of them are based on textbooks that already exist. So you can say, ooh, I need to learn chemistry words, and it'll quiz you on those words. You can also learn Japanese using this app. And there are even some textbooks for kids, so kids could use this app. Settings, pretty basic. How fast you want to go, stroke order, how loud the volume is. So if you go into study, I've already done this one. It's a whole phrase, kaiche, and it gave me the definition, and I wrote it, and then it gives me this green check mark saying that I got it right. If I had gotten part of the phrase wrong, then it would have given me a red check mark. If you click here, it's really cool. There's a sample sentence with both the characters and the pinyin and the English, so you can see the word or phrase in action. And then right here is a mnemonic that another user has come up with to remember this. And it's pretty cool. You can change it to something that is easier for you to remember, and as you can see, these things come up once you start typing. You can save it so other people can see it, or save it so only you can see it. So I'm just gonna exit out of there. Another cool thing is you can click here and it'll show you the phrase and the characters with their individual meanings, and then it'll tell you when you first learned it, how many minutes you spent on it, how much success you've had, and what level it is. You can star it and ban it as well. So if we go on to the next one, I see, oh, it's cover. And I know that cover is like this, me. So I got that one right. You can see that it marked it. This one is knife, so it's asking me for the definition and the pronunciation instead of the other way around to get the Chinese. So this is Dao for knife. Dao. And I got it right, so I can check that I got it. But if I check so-so, it means I probably didn't quite remember the pronunciation or the tone or something, and that way I can have the right stats for later. And the great thing is the algorithm will bring back every single character or phrase at some point, so you can have all the repetition you need. So for this one, what's the pinyin? I can see that this is the symbol for sheep with the symbol for big, which is America, I think, and guo is country, and this is person, so it's an American person. So this is 美国人. 美国人. Oh, and it sounds like, I think I got the tone a little bit wrong. So I do so-so. Move on to the next one. So you can only go back to, which I thought was kind of dumb at the start, but now I think it's good because I would spend way too much time looking at the ones I've missed instead of moving on and getting that repetition. So that's actually pretty useful. Another useful thing that I like about this is you can send feedback on each one. And if you don't think a certain list is very helpful to you, then you can pick another one. And I think there aren't any things on here that I don't like, but this is such a great feature. You can click on this recording button and it'll play it for you so you can hear the pronunciation and try to mimic it. And obviously that's a native speaker saying that. I think the only things that I would add to Skritter that aren't necessarily bad, but that would make it better, would probably be some verbal testing so I can get feedback on my pronunciation, and maybe some diagrams within this window to show how to pronounce it physically. Another thing that might be useful is example texts to translate, like Duolingo does, and verbal recognition quizzes. I also wish that there were some traditional characters in these windows. There is here, but not up here in this window, so that would be useful. I also think color coding when learning tones would be useful, and pictures for visual learners would be good, like Chinesey uses. Also, there's no Android version, which is a bummer, and there's no plan for one at this point. But you can use it online, so I think that kind of makes up for it. And that's about it.